In this part, we will learn about motion guide. So what is a motion guide? Motion guide means moving along a path, means a subject will move along a path. So in our optics animation, what we did, we first used to place it here, then here, then here, then here, then it moves like this. Suppose if I create a path in this way and I want that my subject should follow the path, then the animation would be a bit more easier. So let us see how to do it. I create a new file. Okay, I create a rectangle. Let us take a rectangle, take a small rectangle. Okay, then I choose the pen tool. Okay, now you are having this layer 1. This is my subject layer where I have drawn my rectangle. Then I right click over this layer and I click on add classic motion guide. Click on this guide layer. Now you have got the guide. Now use the pen tool. So be careful using the pen tool. Left click on the starting point, then click and drag over here. Do not click and drag from the starting point. Always the first point should be a single click and second point should be at a distance, and you can drag it to create a smooth shape. And always create a path which is great, whose turning area is greater than your shape, then only your movement will be perfect. If you have created a bigger rectangle and the turning curve is less than the rectangle, then it will not create a perfect path. And the path has to be single. It has to be single like this, or it has to be a closed one. It should not be intersecting, or it should not be disconnecting. It will not correlate to that path, and the number of points should be very less. If you use more points in the path, it will not be perfect. So I have drawn the path like this. I go to the 90th frame, click over it, press F5, then again click over this layer, press F5. Now I have to animate the subject. So I will right click on the subject layer, that is layer 1, and click on create classic twin, then press F6. Remember, the top layer is your path layer, so you are not animating this path. So do not right click and classic twin the guide layer, only right click and classic twin the subject layer. Now in the last frame I just move the subject and place it over here like this. Now just press enter to check. Now see that the subject is following the path. Next I will rotate the subject along the path. So what I have to do, click somewhere in between here, click on orient to path like this. Now see, it is not rotating perfectly because the starting point of the subject rotation has to be like this and the end point of the subject rotation has to be like this. Okay, means according to the path of the shape. Now see, it is perfectly moving. So now you are able to get a line here, but if I press Ctrl Enter, you will not be able to see the line. The subject moves along a path. So you can use a circle, you can use any drawing subject and move it along a path. Okay, so this is your moving along a path. Now we will use this same process and create a boat sailing along a wave path. Suppose I create a new file and I create a shape of a boat. Create a small boat. Okay, do not create a bigger one, because if you create some bigger shape, it will not align according to the path like this. Suppose I create a dummy boat here like this. I color it. Okay. Use different shades of color like this. It will create some depth to the shape like this. Okay, here I choose a little bit different color. Okay, it will add more depth. Okay, like this. This is my subject. Then I right click over this layer 1, add classic motion guide, click on the guide layer, take the pen tool. See, first point, click on the first point, second point, click and drag, third point, click and drag, fourth point, click and drag. Don't roughly click here and there. Any shape which is not smoother will not create a good animation. Go to the 90th frame of both the frames. You can just click and drag both of them together and press F5. Now click somewhere outside here, right click on layer 1, create classic twin, F6. First just move and place the boat over this place like this. Now this is going straight. choose the path here, move it to the top somewhere like this, go to the first frame, go to the last frame like this. Yes, okay. So now go somewhere in between, click on orient to path. Okay, like this. Now you can see that your boat is sailing according to the path. So if I would have done it in optics animation by placing frame by frame, say 0, 20, 30, 40, it would have taken a lot of time. But as it is a single path, I can easily create it using motion guide. So this is called your motion guide section. Thank you.